Okay, the ratio of change in y divided by the change in x is a constant 3, right? Do you agree? So you see the change in x go from 0 to 1, that's 1, right? Go from 2 to 2 is 1. 3 to 2 to 3 is also 1, and then from y is from 2 to 5, right? It's just 5 minus 2 is 3, 8 minus 5 is 3, and then 11 minus 8 is 3. So if I can write it in math terms. So I can say change in y divided by change in x, right? Because the change in y divided by the change in x equal, I'm going to give you some math notation here. It's called delta y over delta x. Delta means change, the exact change of two numbers. Delta is just a letter of Greek. You don't have to know it, just FYI. y2 minus y1. So the change in y means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, if you start with y1 minus y2, then the bottom should be x1 minus x2. Okay, but we're gonna keep it consistent here in this class. It's just and with a textbook, and with most instructors, right? So gonna keep it y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so someone pick me a pair. Someone pick me a pair. Someone pick me a pair and plug it in. Give me a y2 and a y1. From the problem, from the problem.
2 and 8.
Good. Wait. Okay, well, y2 first. Someone pick me y2. Y2 first. Y2 will be what? It'll be 8, right? It'll be 8. Y1. Y1 will be
2.
Good. Right, 2. Thank you. Thank you, Corey. X2.
1 and 5.
Careful. You pick the second. You pick this pair. You pick this pair. So what go with 5 and 8, or 8 and 5?
It would be 2 and 1.
Yeah, 2 and 1, right? So that's what I meant by you have to be consistent. That's what I meant by you have to be consistent. So because you pick 5 and 8, then you better pick 2 and 1. So 2 minus 1. The 2 is x2. 2 minus 1 equal. Like this, so I can see you all. Of 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 over 1, so 8 minus 5. My bad. 8 minus 5, right? 5. Y2 is y1 is 5. 8 minus 5. 8 minus 5 is 3 over 3. 3 over 1 is 3. So the slope is 3. So the definition, I can recap it here. Same thing. I'm just going to rewrite it down here. So M is change in y over change in x and delta y. You don't have to remember delta y, delta x. But if you do, good for you. Or y2 minus y1 x2 minus x1. Again, you have to pick the corresponding pair. Okay, that's it, right? That's for the slope. Just introduce you the formula. This is the formula for the slope. Make sure you remember this. You need it on your quiz on Thursday. Okay, now we know how to calculate the slope. We're gonna try to find the slope from the graph, right? So given a graph, if I give you a graph and I want you to find the slope, here's the step. First, you locate 2 points on the line whose coordinates are integers. Why integers? Because easier, right? If you locate something like 1.5, 1.3, it's hard to eyeball those numbers, right? So pick integers. Right? So for example, 1, 8 here, locate 2 points on the line whose coordinates are integers. So I'm gonna pick this one right there. That's 0, 5, right? 0, 5, and maybe this one, right? That's what, 3, 3. Right? Don't pick this one. Don't pick like here or here. It's difficult. It's difficult to see what they are. Okay, so now we find the slope. M equal y2 minus y1. Maybe I'll write y2 minus y1 in black because formula over x2 minus x1 equal. What is my y2 and what's my y1? If I was you, I'll label them x1, y1.
They need like bread and milk and shit.
You talk to me, Jacob? x2, y2. Right, so y2 is 3. I recommend you label them so that you don't make mistake. I know you know it, but sometimes you eyeball so quick, it's very easy to make mistake. So y2 is 3, y1 is 5. So 3 minus 5 on the top. And the bottom, x2 minus x1. x2 is 3, x1 is 0. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. 3 minus 0 is 3. So negative 2/3. Negative 2/3. So final answer. Why don't you guys do part B and then put your answer in the chat privately to me. Jacob, can you turn on your cam so I can see you?
Quick question. How do you determine like which points to choose, like
You-
on the graph?
Any point you want. Locate 2 points. Say step number 1 is say locate 2 points on the line whose coordinate are integer.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, any point you want. Okay, we have we have 3 different answers already. Negative 4/3, negative 5/6, negative 8/3. Alex is negative 1.3333 is what's negative 1.33? So 5/3. 5 divided by 3. No, 1.66. Change it into decimal, Alex. I'm sorry, fraction, Alex. Corey, same. Pick one, either fraction. Change to fraction. Alex, negative 4/3. Okay. So we got 2 negative 4/3. Wow. Corey is roughly like it's 1.333. It's also 4/3 was positive 4/3. Okay, let's see. All right. So which one did you guys pick? Someone tell me which one you guys pick.
I did 0, -2 as the first point,
And
and then -1.50 for the second.
oh, you should pick integer. I'm not sure that's I don't know. It maybe it's negative 1.5, but I can't tell. Oh, there's nothing else we can pick, huh? Oh, there's one more. There's right. Say it again, Kobe.
3,
I think you said 3, -6.
Yeah, 3 -6. Yeah, that's what you said. All right, thank you both. 3 -6. Yeah, 3 -6. All right, and pick whichever one. X1, Y1, X2, Y2 doesn't matter, right? Okay, say I'm gonna pick this one X1, and then Y1, and then this one X2, Y2. Doesn't matter. You can pick the first pair be X1, Y1, and the second pair be X2, Y2. All right, and then equal. So now plug it in. Y2 is -2 minus Y1. You know, if I was you, I'll do this. Parenthesis minus parenthesis over parenthesis minus parenthesis because when it involves negative number, it's nicer when you have a parenthesis, right? So you don't miss a sign. So Y2 is -2, Y1 is -6, X2 is 0, X1 is 3. -2 minus -6 is -2 plus 6, right? -2 plus 6 is +4. And then 0 minus 3 is -3. So -4/3. -4/3. For those you have a correct answer, you can just a bonus check mark. Now, so that is the way that we use definition. Now, what about using rise over run? Have you guys heard of rise over run?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Maybe more than, yeah, you heard of it. Your high school 661 class. I'm going to show you how to do rise over run. So, for example, go back to number 1A. And I'm going to use dark green here. Using m equal rise over run method. Whichever method you want, okay? But I'm going to show you 2 of them. So first one, definition. Using definition. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Right. Oh, I gotta share it again. Can you guys see anything? Or is it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you. I thought it's turned off and then I have to share it again. Rise over run method. So I got 2.0 again. Same thing. You're gonna pick two integer points, and please do pick integer point. It makes it much easier for you. And then the second step, you're gonna start with 1 point. I'm reading about this line right here. You're gonna start with 1 point. Sketch to the right triangle, going from first point to the second point. Count the rise and the run on the legs of the triangle. So let's do that. So say I'm gonna start at 0, 5, right? And then I'm gonna go down to make a triangle. Maybe I'll pick purple. I'll pick green again because we talk about rise over run. Remember, we try to make a right triangle, right? So we're gonna stop at 3 right there. So from 5, go down to 3 and go over the second point. So from 5 to 3, how many units I'm going down?
2.
2. So because you're going down, that's going to be negative, right? So -2. And then because you go right, how many units you go right?
3.
3, right? Because you go right, it's going to be positive 3. So M is rise over run. You rise down, rise -2 and run over 3. So -2/3. So whichever method is easier for you. Why don't you guys try I'll give you like a few seconds to try the second one. You don't have to put the answer in the chat because we already have the answer. Rise over run. Go
So
down.
it's negative if you go down, right?
Yeah, even you always run rise first. Always do the rise first and the run second. So depend how you go right or down or up. If it down, then negative. So from from 2 to 6, that's -4, right? And then because you go down, and then from what you go run over 3 units. So -4/3. Just remember, if you go down, then negative. The same thing as you go left for the run is negative. If you go up and right is positive. Okay, it's pretty intuitive. So far, so good. We good on this part? You have homework problem to start.
I have a question.
Mhm.
So for the second problem, 4 over -3 and -4 over 3, that's the same answer?
Yeah, I had the same thing.
Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't show you the definition of that one. Okay, so second part. This one is just extra practice. Why don't you do one? Tell me what you got. Using formula. Oh, by the way, if I give you like 2 points like this, you're gonna use a definition. Okay, you're gonna use the formula. If I don't give you 2 points, but I give you the graph, I recommend you use rise over run. But I'll show you both, so whichever flow you both. Again, I recommend you label your point. That means one. 2, 1, 2.
Do you want us to type our answer in the chat?
Sure, yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
If you have both of them, go ahead. Just one. Right, Alex. Alex is the one you just, oh, okay, you just type it now. So I assume that this is one. See, Alex, Mike, Taylor, Josh, you all have the same answer. Corey have different answer. Haya got the same answer as the first four. Kobe, good. Alex. Okay, so most people got -8/5, and some 5, -5/3, negative. Corey -5/3 too. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know the answer. We'll see. So y2 minus y1. y2 is -4. You know, if I was you, I'll do this. Parenthesis minus parenthesis divided by parenthesis minus parenthesis. So -4 minus y1 is 4. And then x2 is 3 minus x1 is -2. Parentheses help, trust me. -4 minus 4 minus 4 is -8. 3 minus -2 is 3 plus 2, which is 5. For those who have a correct answer, give yourself a bonus check mark. I'll do this one real quick. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. y2 is 4, y1 is -1, x2 is 0, x1 is 3. 4 minus -1 is 4 plus 1, which is 5. And then 0 minus 3 is -3. I noticed that all my answers are negative. I'm sorry. It doesn't have to be negative all the time. So far, so good. Oof, darn it. Okay, find the slope of a line given its equation. Now, instead of giving you a point, instead of giving you graph, I'm gonna give you an actual equation, and I'm gonna ask you to find me a slope, right? Can someone remind me what is the equation? What is the linear, the general form of linear equation?
Is it y equals mx plus b?
Good, right? So y equal mx plus b, where m is slope, right? Thank you. Was it Devin? And then b?
Y-intercept, I think.
Good. Y-intercept. Y-intercept. Yeah. Now, is number 1, 3x minus 4y equal 12? Is that in the form y equal mx plus b? Is that in that form?
No.
No, right? No. So we have to solve for y. Basically, that's what we're gonna do, right? And you know how to do this, right? I show you how to solve equation. So first we're gonna subtract 3x. So that means this is gone. Oops. That's gone, right? Oh. So I have -4y equal -3x plus 12. And then divide both sides by -4. So I have y equal -3 divided by -4 is positive 3/4x. 12 divided by -4 is -3. So the slope here, m is 3/4. The number 2, same thing, right? You have to solve for y, so subtract 2x. So I have negative y equal negative 2x plus 6. Divide both sides by negative 1, or multiply both sides by negative 1, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna say divide by negative 1. So I have y equal positive 2x minus 6. So here the slope is 2. By the way, for this problem, the other way you can do this is just move the y to the right, right? It's easier actually. You don't have to write this down. Just basically move the y to the right. So 2x, and then move 6. No, it's fine. It's fine. We can do it my way. It's fine. Essentially, it's the same length of work. Why don't you guys try number 3 and tell me what is the slope in the chat? Okay, Mike. Taylor, not quite Taylor. The slope, Taylor, not the equation. You tell me the slope, just slope.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Mhm. Kobe, Corey, good. Haya, well, Haya, you got the right equation, but I just need the slope. Curtis, good. Everybody got 1/2. That's good. 1/2. So how you do it? Mike, you want to tell me how you do it? How you?
I probably did it the the bad way, but
You tell me
instead
how
of-
it is. I'm not gonna
yeah.
write it down.
I multiplied both sides by 2, removing the division, right?
Mhm.
And so it was 2x equals y
Ah.
minus or x minus 4.
Oh, okay.
And then I redivided. I don't know. So
Oh no,
it's
that's
kind of like,
correct.
what happens?
It's not
So,
wrong.
yeah.
It's just a bit longer than I would do.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's not wrong. Let me remind you something. If I have a plus b over c, can I write it at a over c plus b over c? Yes, right. Yeah. So we can do the same thing with our problem, right? We have x minus 4 over 2. We can split it apart. So it's going to be x over 2 minus 4 over 2. Well, x over 2, you can rewrite it at 1/2 times x, right? 4 divided by 2 is 2. So your slope is 1/2. But what Mike did is the same. It's perfectly fine. All right. So it's not bad, right? If I give you probably see some. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. Identify the slope of a horizontal line and the vertical line. No. Now, so far what you see is the slope of these line right here. Let me draw a I'll use purple. Say for example, number 1, your graph probably look like this. So y-intercept is -3. It's just a rough graph, okay? Don't, maybe not exact, but -3 right here. So that is your graph, right? So the slope is positive. So your graph should be increased from left to right. For the second one, same thing, right? For the second one, same thing. I have y equal 2x minus 6. So -6 is my y-intercept. So -6 should be down here. And it's because it's a positive again. It's going to be steeper. It's going to be a positive, have a positive graph. Same thing down here. I'm so sorry. They all positive. I better pick a better example next time. So y-intercept will be -2. -2 here. And then my graph kind of like that. Right? Again, positive slope. Sorry, I should have a negative slope for you. All right, now what about horizontal line? What if your slope is not positive or negative? What if is just a flat line, right? What if it's, I have something like this? Let's see. Oh, let me give you a point. What if I give you 1, 3, 1, 3, and 2, 3? So where's 1, 3, and 2, 3? 1, 3. So 1 is x. 3 is 1, 2, 3. So right here, 1, 3 is here, and then 2, 3. 1, 2, and then 2, 3. And then you connect the dot, right? You connect the dot. Of course, you can pick 3, 3 as well. It's a horizontal line, right? It's a horizontal line. So what is the slope of a horizontal line? So, well, I don't know. So I'm going to use the definition. So use the definition, y equal m equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Again, you label them. This is my x1, this is my y1, x2, y2. Plug it in, right? Plug it in. So I have y2 is 3 minus y1 is 3, and then x2 is 2, x1 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. What's 0 divided by 1? What's 0 divided by 1?
0.
0, right? 0. 0. So the slope of a horizontal line is 0. Makes sense, right? Do you guys ski? Does anyone here ski? No, if you are a country, if you are a backcountry ski, then use a lot of time the slope will be no slope, right? It'd be so 0, right? The grade will be 0. So here I can give you another example, but I don't have time. But if I would have another problem, say for example, I can give you 5, 6, and -2, 6. And again, if you use the slope in the slope definition, m equal y2 minus y1, well, y2 and y1 is the same, so the top is going to be 0 again, right? So it's going to be 0 over what? So 6 minus 6 divided by -2 minus 5, so 0 divided by -7 is still 0, right? So here we can safely conclude that all horizontal slope is always equal 0, always. Okay, remember that. Very important. Very important. If I ask that on the quiz, you should be able to know. What about the vertical line? What about the vertical line? Again, let me give you an example. Vertical line. So I have, let's see what I have here. I have say 2, 4. And 2, 1. So where 2, 4, and 2, 1? 2, 4 is, oh, by the way, let me go back up to the horizontal line. That red line right there, when I connect the two dots, is called y equal, this is y equal 3. That's my equation, okay? If it horizontal line, it's gonna be y equal. If it vertical line, it's gonna be x equal. Just think about when because it's cut the y-axis. So 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4 right here, and then 2, 1. 2, 1 right here, and then connect the dot. And I'm gonna extend it out, of course. So that's the vertical line, right? And because it's go through it, it's go through 2 on the x-axis, it's gonna be x equal 2. That line is x equal 2. So let's find the slope of this line. Again, use the definition m equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 is, I'm gonna label because I always make mistake. I don't know about you, but I always make mistake. X2, x1. See, I already did x2, y2. y2 is 1 minus y1 is 4 divided by x2 is 2 minus x1 is 2. 1 minus 4 is -3. 2 minus 2 is 0. Can I divide a number by 0?
No.
No. So what do we say? What do we say next? What do your
They're undefined.
yeah, that's what your middle school teacher would say, right? So be undefined. Undefined. And if I give you another point, for example, you don't have to write this down. Say 3, 1 and -5, 1. And the same, if you calculate the slope, it's gonna be undefined again. So I say y. No, wrong. No, 3, 1 is fine, but to be 3, 3, -2. Say 3, -2. So y2 will be -2 minus y1 is 1. x2 is 3 minus x1 is 3 also. So the top is -3, the bottom is 0. Give you the same one again. You know, let me change up a little bit, -5 here. So that we don't have the same answer. Right, so -7. But the point is the bottom is 0, right? So we say it's undefined. Undefined. So we can safely conclude that what? All vertical slope is always undefined. Again, nobody ski on a 100% grade, right? I don't think you ski in that slope, like a very steep slope like that. So it's undefined, it's impossible, undefined. And just a little note up here for you. I'll use purple. So you're gonna need it on the quiz. If I have a graph like this, what this slope called is what? Positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive, right? Thank you. Positive. Thank you, Alex. Positive. As long as you see the increasing, right? And then if I have something like this, see, it'll be negative, right? Negative slope. What is the slope of this equation or this line?
Zero.
Yeah, 0, 1, right? Zero slope. And last one.
Undefined.
Yeah, undefined. So remember those 4. Okay, you're gonna need it on your quiz. And we'll talk about the quiz too. Remind me. Parallel line and vertical line. Okay, so if again, I'm gonna give you an example. You don't have to write out the example. Maybe just listen. Say I have a point 0, 3. 0, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0, 3 right here. 0, 3 and negative 2, 0, 1, negative 2, 0 right here. And then I connect the dot. Just gonna hand free here, free-handing. And then another 2 point, say 4, 0, 2, 3, 4, 4, 0, and then 0, negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 6. 0, negative 6. And then again, I'm going to connect the 2 dot. Well, the 2 lines are parallel, right? 2 lines are parallel. At least by eyeballing. Let's do the slope of the first one. I should have done it in different color. But anyway, I'm gonna call this M1. Let's do M1. M1. M1 is gonna be what? X2, Y2 is 3, right? 3. Y1 is 0, so 3 minus 0. And then X2 is 0. Minus X1 is negative 2. Equal 3 minus 0 is 3. And then 0 minus 2 is positive 2. Of course, you're going to have a positive slope, right? What about M2? Let's pick, this is my X1, Y1. This is my X2, Y2. But if you want to do the other way, that's fine too. So let's see. Y2 is negative 6. Minus Y1 is 0. And then X2 is 0. Minus X1 is 4. So I have the top, I have negative 6. The bottom, I have negative 4. Well, the negative and negative cancel. If you simplify 6 over 4, what do I have?
Three over 2.
Yeah, thank you, Haya. 3 over 2. 3 over 2. What do you think about these two slopes? They're the same, right? They're the same. So we can conclude that for the parallel line, the slope are the same. M1 equal M2. And you should remember this. For parallel line, the two slopes are the same. It makes sense because it had the same rise and the same run, right? It had the same rise and run. Perpendicular line, say, I don't have, oh darn it, I don't have the example. I don't have time for the example. Darn it, I don't have time for example. I don't have time to give you the example, so I'm just gonna draw a graph here for you. They're perpendicular. Perpendicular mean when they cut each other at the 90-degree. Okay. So for the perpendicular, I'm just gonna give you the happy ending. So the slope for the perpendicular lines are opposite reciprocal. Opposite reciprocal to one another. Remember these two, opposite reciprocal, very important. So for example, if I have, say for example, I'm going to give you an example. If I have M1 equal 2/3, can someone tell me what's M2? If the two lines are perpendicular, so what's M2 should be? They opposite. So instead of
Negative
uh-huh.
3/2.
Okay, yeah, you reciprocal mean you flip, right? 3/2, and then opposite means
Opposite signs.
so
Negative.
yeah,
3/2.
negative 3/2. Right? That's it. That's all you have to remember. Perpendicular line mean opposite reciprocal. Neither. What if they are not parallel nor perpendicular? So for example, if I have two lines like this, I do have a point. Yeah, I have a point here. So again, you don't have to draw these. If I have two lines like that, that's not 90 degrees, right? So here I have, say for example, 0, 0. Go to 0, 0, like that. Okay, so 1 point is 0, 0 for that line. And then I'm gonna pick one right here. This is called 3, -4. 3, -4. And then this one is 9, 4. Okay, let's find the slope. Let's find the slope M1, M2. M1 is, maybe I'll use blue for M1. That's M1, right? I'll use blue for M1. So M1, again, Y2 minus Y1. So Y2 would be -4, minus Y1 would be 4, X2 would be 3, minus X1 would be 9. So I got -8 over -6, which is 4/3, right? Just 4/3. What about M2? M2 is the red one. Again, you pick 0, 0, and 3, -4, right? So -4 is Y2 minus Y1 is 0. X2 is 3 minus X1 is 0. So I got -4/3. They're different, right? So even though they opposite, but they're not reciprocal. Do you agree? The opposite, right? 4/3, -4/3, so they're opposite, but they're not reciprocal, so they neither. Opposite, but not reciprocal. Basically, they're different, right? If they're not the same, if they're not opposite reciprocal, then they're not parallel nor perpendicular. So it has to be neither. Let's take a look at this example. Let's see. We're almost there. Just bear with me for a few minutes. Determine if the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. What do you think about the first one? What do you think about the first one?
Perpendicular.
Good, perpendiculars, because M1 is,
3/1.
yeah, 3/1. If it's 3, I'm going to rewrite it as 3/1, right? And they definitely opposite, right? One positive, one negative. And then if you flip 1/3, so this is perpendicular. By the way, when I do perpendicular, I do that little sign. Yeah, I'm just lazy. I don't want to write down. What about 2?
Neither.
Neither. Good, right? Neither. They opposite, right? I had 1, 4, and then 4/1, but they're not opposite. So neither. Somebody else, number 3. Don't let one person do all the work.
Oh, parallel.
Good, right? Parallel, right? Because 0.25, same thing as 1/4.
Oh, wait, quick question. For number 2, is it neither because like it isn't -1/4 and 4/1? Okay.
Yeah. They kind of like same thing what we did here, the neither part, yeah, they're reciprocal, but they're not opposite. Compare the slope passing the 2 point to the slope m equal -2. Now a little bit harder. I don't give you the slope like just straightforward like example 1 or 2 or 3, but I give you a point and I only give you one of the slopes. So one of them is m equal 2. Let's find the other one. Let's find this one. So m equal what? You use a formula, right? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 equal x, let me label them. x1, y1, x2, y2. So equal y2 is 2 minus y1 is 4 over x2 is 4 minus x1 is 3. So I got -2/1, which is -2. So they're the same, right? Compared to this one, they're the same. So you can say m equal the blue m equal 2. So that means what? Parallel. Parallel. I'll write it out. Parallel. That's your final answer, parallel. Why don't you guys do number 5? Put it in the chat. In the meantime, I'm gonna take your attention. Don't forget your bonus check mark, okay? Every time you put in the chat and you got the right answer, give yourself a bonus check mark. Today is the 18th. gonna put you away for a little bit, but I'm gonna. Devin, just say yes or no. Devin, Ava, Corey,
Here,
right? Thank you. Kevin, here. I thought you saw you. Are you here, Kevin? I can't see you guys right now because I kind of put you away.
Yeah, I'm here.
Thank you. Alex, here. Thank you. Ava, no.
Oh, sorry, my mic was muted, but I'm here.
Thank you. Curtis is here. Right. Josh,
Here.
thank you. Jacob,
Here.
thank you. Reagan, Catlin, Taya is here. Mike is here. Kobe, still there.
Yeah.
And then Taylor.
Here.
Taylor. All right, very good. All right, let's see. Corey perpendicular, Mike perpendicular. Okay, put you back so I can see you. Okay, all right. So let's compare this one, the blue one with the red one. So M equal x1, y1, x2, y2. So y, I'm gonna do parentheses so I don't make a mistake. When I see negative number, I do parentheses. So 5 minus 1, and then 6 minus -2. 5 minus 1 is 4. 6 minus -2 is 8. So 1/2. 1/2, right? For the red one. And then the blue one, what do we have? The blue one is m equal -2, or better yet, -2 over 1. So they opposite reciprocal. Right, you can see they opposite reciprocal. Or opposite flip, whichever vocabulary you want to say, then it's going to be perpendicular. Okay. I'll post the notes on Moodle.